So, BrokenGamez basically made a video pretty much damage controlling himself rather, of the fact that people have accused him of only reporting bad Nintendo news. Now, here's the thing. You already know that he's guilty. He knows that he's guilty because you know why? If he wasn't guilty, he wouldn't have went ahead and damage controlled it. He wouldn't have to need a video. The stuff that he's talking about happened like 2 or 3 days ago. I kind of forgot about it, but it wasn't until he brought it up. I was like, oh yeah. You know, but that's hilarious. And it's funny too, because I don't know why he said this, because in the Skype chat, he exposed himself. Like, it literally came to the point where he kept trying to go ahead and damage control in the Skype chat. And like, you know, like people who were in the actual chat room were saying themselves, like, dude, I saw the news article. How come you didn't see it? You know? See, that's the thing about BrokenGamez. There's 2 things wrong with BrokenGamez. Number one, the reason why he didn't see the articles is because he didn't want to see the articles. And that's why. Why? Because, like he said in his video, he only reports relevant articles, relevant to his channel getting views. You know? In other words, real nigga, he not. But let me go ahead and kind of show you exactly what I'm referring to here, okay? I mean, and that's the kind of thing it is. I mean, like I said before, if you wasn't guilty, dude, you wouldn't have to damage control it. I'm just being honest with you. You know? If you wasn't guilty. Because only guilty people need to damage control something so irrelevant, to be perfectly honest with you. So what? People going to say that you know, you are this, you are that. Is that really worth damage controlling? Who the fuck cares? You do, because you know you are, and you know it's the truth. And the funny thing is that if you guys remember, I've accused him of being a Sony fan before. Remember this video?
7th level, true safety free, BrokenGamez, Power 2009, on the PlayStation 3.
Remember that? So I've called him out on before. In this video, even though this one's posted on 2011, the video that I last did, it was sometime, I think 2009, 2008 or something like that. I forget exactly when, maybe even sooner than that. But anyway, actually I think 2010. But let's go over some things here. Now, the first thing he said is that he gets his articles from NG4. Now, I already knew NG4 is not the place. Like, you already look dumb when you actually admit. Like, you actually admit to the world that you get your articles from NG4. Look at this. All I did was search for NG4 Sony fanboys. Everyone knows that that's a breeding ground for Sony gamers because, well, you know, we all know why. Because, you know, they got games, but they just don't play them. But let's go ahead and look at that. Then again, according to Dr. Trey, neither does Nintendo Gamer. So yeah, there you go. But let's look at it for a second. Here's one right here. Nintendo NG4 is suppressed by Sony fanboys. Happy NG4 Sony fanboy day. You know, you know. Here, why is NG4 such a deprived, insidious? God, I didn't want to go any further. He looked like he about to say some words that I don't like, you know? NG4, the Sony fanboy website, it just keeps on going. NG4, home of the Sony, of the PlayStation 3 fanboys. Need I go on? I'm just saying, you know, honestly, you know, which, by the way, is exactly where BrokenGamez needs to be. Because he is a Sony fanboy. Let's admit it. Because here are some articles that I was talking about that he, quote unquote, did not see. Now, this one's on IGN. Sony to sell U.S. headquarters. Did he go ahead and talk about this in a video? No, of course not. Why? It's not relevant? Because this sounds pretty goddamn relevant to me. This sounds like Sony is in some trouble. I mean, sure, it's in trouble. It's like you kind of know you're in trouble when you're selling off like different developers and things like that, maybe even franchises. But you know you're in trouble when you're selling headquarters. Now, of course, you could go ahead and mention that, but not BrokenGamez. I wonder why. How about this one? Sony sells Tokyo office building for $2.1 billion. This is what I actually found today. You know? And, you know, wow. So you sold off 2 different buildings? You know, and this one, according to this one was released, on the 28th of February. So this was just around the corner. You know? Just around the corner. Now, did he go ahead and talk about this? Of course not. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Nah. This ain't Nintendo news. This ain't bad Nintendo news. How about this one? Remember this one right here? This is when on IGN when a guy was like, the reason why they didn't show the Sony box is because they wanted to show you what the system could do and not what the system looks like. Now that's what you call a sidestep. Like what the system can do has anything to do with what the system looks like. It doesn't have anything to do. But here's another article right here that came out right after the whole, you know, on the PlayStation 4 reveal. Where he stated right here, They asked, is the hardware finalized? Is the final hardware finished? He bluntly responded, no, it is not. The hardware was never finalized. And this is just one thing. There was actually another article where he actually admitted that the hardware was never finalized. You know? So what does that mean exactly? I'm just going to dig into a little more what that means. That basically means that all the stuff they were telling you about how that stuff was playing, exclusively on the PlayStation 3, the power of the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, the power of the PlayStation 4 and all that crap, none of that gameplay was on the PlayStation 4. It was on a PC. Now, sure, you guys can give me that whole logical, irrelevant part about, well, it's essentially a dumbed down PlayStation 4. That's not the case. Well, it might be the case, but the situation is that it's quite irrelevant in terms of like what the PlayStation 4 is and relevant in terms of what someone says versus what someone does. Kind of like BrokenGamez. And I'm just being honest with it. Like I said before, this is not the first time. Any of you noticed with BrokenGamez that all these, like, his proof consists of two things. Number one, it consists of stuff that happened in a Skype call that no one can really prove, unless you actually have the conversation at hand. No one can really prove, and anyone can simply go ahead and lie at any moment in time. And then it's also on one video where he posted, let me find this video real quick, and then I'll be done. Hold on, let me find this video real quick. Right, Nintendo before hoes thing, right, where he go ahead and talk about an article. Now, he goes ahead and states in the video that the article may be fake. So wait. If the article may be fake, why would that be, in your eyes, relevant to go ahead and post if you think the article is fake? If the article I think is fake, I don't post them. Oh, wait, that's right, because it's bad Nintendo news. Why is that all your excuses, don't pan out, dude? None of your excuses pan out. They never do. I don't know why you continue to make excuses when everything that you do, even when that whole situation when, like I said, when the whole flagging with Dr. Trey, you was making a whole bunch of excuses on that and no one was buying it. Same thing now, dude. You're making nothing but excuses for what you do. And at least Black Bond, and people talk shit about Black Bond, and they do. But the reality of it is that at least Black Bond is truthful to what he does. At least he's truthful to what he does. Dude, you just go ahead and hide and stuff like that. I'm just saying, dude, if you want to be walk the walk and talk the talk, or shut the fuck up. I'm just being real with you, dude. If you're going to be, I would say, if you're going to report, news down the middle, report news down the middle. But don't sit there and get caught over it and someone exposes you for it. And then you want to sit there and make all the kind of irrelevant dips and dodges and all this shit. Nigga, shut the fuck up with that nonsense. Now, if you guys excuse me, I'm out. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of videos on Hard 8 Times. About 4 videos, in fact, so he can go ahead and do a roast video on me so I can get some views. I'm just saying. You out. Peace.